All right, so in this video, I want to talk to you and touch a little bit on the psychological approach that we take to money. I'm not a psychologist and anything like that, but I do study behavioral finance, and that is my big focus with money. And something I want to talk to you about today is huge. I work on it in my personal life outside of money, but it really reflects well on the money situation. And we talk about law of attraction and all that stuff. And this is sort of where this comes from. And what this is, it's another take on that. And it's called, well, the two terminologies, avoidant driving or avoidant behavior versus approach driving or approach behavior. And what that is, we often set goals. We set goals and there's two types of people. There's someone who will set a goal who will be like, I want to achieve this or I want to achieve that, right? There's other people who their goals will be, I don't want to do this. So they're focusing on the downside. And so what avoidant behavior or avoidant driving is when you have a goal, but instead of focusing on the positive of the goal, you focus on the negative. So let's use weight, for example, where instead of focusing on being healthy, you're focusing on not gaining weight. And what happens on the subconscious level when we do this? When we're focused on avoiding someone, so avoiding something, it's all we focus on. And we actually tend to become closer to it subconsciously, right? So you got to be really aware of this, because when you're setting your SMART goals, when you're setting your goals in general, you want to make sure you're falling more into the approach behavior, okay? Or the approach driving, which is the positive side of things. Because if you're focusing so much on not being broke, on not spending all this money, subconsciously you're going to draw that in, you're going to become close to that, and eventually it's probably going to happen, So we see this a lot in the weight gaining stuff, when people focus on I don't want to gain weight, and they're on a diet and they maybe stop the diet and they fall straight back into that approach. So some great examples are, instead of saying things like focusing on not gaining weight, not being broke, and to not be negative, focus on being healthy, being wealthy and successful, and being positive, okay? Focus on the upside. So focus on the approach behavior, not the avoidant behavior. Statistics and studies will show that there's higher rates of depression associated with those who are more avoidant behavior sided. People who have an avoidant approach, they're more likely to engage subconsciously in that behavior, due to it being the I guess we could call it the elephant in the room, right? So I want you to take away from that video and really review your goals and consider whether you're more falling into the avoidant path or the approach path. And if you notice you've got that negative mindset and you're looking at not doing things as a goal, try and transition that across the approach behavior and focus on the flip side. So like I said, stuff like not gaining weight, not being broke, not being negative, switch that on its head and focus on being healthy, being wealthy and successful, and being positive, okay? So see how that goes. Implement that in your daily life and see what happens.